Hey friends, my name is Mina, coming to you from New York City. Welcome to my webinar, Postured Potential, How Not to Go Putrid. I decided to do this webinar at the last moment, and it's going to be a little bit off the cuff, but I'm also going to be referring to my notes. So if you see me looking away, I'm not being rude, I'm just checking my notes. I got inspired to do this webinar by watching an old video I created when I started out in my video marketing. I was inspired by the following quote by Les Brown. And you know what? Let me share my screen so you can see what inspired me. So let's do this. Screen share. I'm going to do our desktop. So here's the quote. Right here. The graveyard is the richest place on earth because it is here that you will find all the hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled, the books that were never written, the songs that were never sung, the inventions that were never shared, the cures that were never discovered, all because someone was too afraid to take that first step, keep with the problem, or determined to carry out their dream. And that is Les Brown. Very inspirational. It's going to come back so you can see me. So that's a very inspirational quote. That has stayed with me since I read it, and that's why I had created that YouTube video with a very interesting backdrop. And I'll link it below so you can see that. So what we're going to do here is that I'm going to ask you this question here is, why is it that a lot of people reach their potential while others stay stagnant and they go to the grave without realizing their potential? I, for one, believe that everyone not only has one potential, but each person has unlimited potentials. So you have the potential to achieve many things that you put your mind to. And only a very few percentage of people in this world actually do that. And what makes them different from us? And so I'm, in this first part of this webinar series, I'm going to focus on mindset, what's going on between your ears and here. Because I know, and I have that experience of where you have these limiting beliefs and these little voices in your head, you know, saying that you can't do this, when in actuality you can do this. And so I've been working on my mindset for quite a while now, and I want to help others do the same. Okay? It's really important to work on your mindset. And so there are 3 steps that I'm going to outline today for you to help you work on your mindset. And the first one here is that you have to recognize that you have to work on your mindset. You know, it's easy to be in denial and to kind of like push it out of the way or procrastinate it. But if you really want to be in a different place than where you are right now, if you know that you are destined to be in a better place, you're destined to be a very successful person, a very successful leader, and have the time freedom that you deserve, then the first thing you need to do is to work on your mindset and realize that you need to work on your mindset. I realized this a couple of years ago when I was terminated from my job. When that happened to me, albeit it is a very traumatizing experience because no one likes to be fired, right? I realized I had a lot of things to work on with mindset. I had some issues and some self-esteem things I had to work on and improve upon. So I made that decision to work on my mindset. And then I also entered an industry that leaves so much room for personal development, where you connect with leaders and great people and help you build your mindset. So what I've learned up to now, I'm sharing with you today. So what is mindset? You know, Google search on mindset is, and I'll read it to you, I'll quote it, says that it is an established set of attitudes held by someone. So everyone has a different type of mindset. It could be a good mindset, it could be a bad mindset. Now make sure, even though the definition says established, you can change your mindset, especially if it's not healthy for you, okay? So step 1, recognize that you have to work on your mindset. Now, especially if you're going to go out and start a new project and start your own business and do something that, unlike everyone else is going to do, you're actually going up against the current. You know, you see those salmon, they swim upstream against the current to go up to spawn. Think of you as that way. You're starting a new business, you're starting a new project. It's exciting for you. You see the vision, you see how you can help people with what you want to share, but a lot of people may not be open to what you want to provide them. And so they'll throw things at you, and sometimes they don't even realize they're doing that, but it's up to you to decide how you are going to behave towards those things when you're swimming up against the current. There are two ways that you can react to situations that come your way. Well, there are two ways that you can behave towards situations that come your way. The first way is to react to it. When you react to situations, you tend to let that, well, you let that circumstance control you. So if you're running late to work and you are about to, if you live in the city and you use like Metro cards to take the train, and you're about to catch a train that's coming into the station, and you are swiping your card through the turnstile, and all of a sudden you don't have sufficient fare. And so you have to run to one of those little kiosks and refill your fare, refill your card. And you see there's this long, long line that you're going to have to wait, and obviously you're going to be late to your appointment or late to your work, and then you start to get negative about it and you start to complain. Some people I've seen have fits and wondering why things are not going their way. That is reacting to the situation. A better way is to respond to a situation where you take control of the situation, you not let it control you. You say, okay, all right, I recognize that I'm running late. It's my own fault. I should have gotten up earlier. So, and I should have thought ahead and filled my Metro card at the start of the week before the rush started in. This is all, on me, my bad. Okay, what can I do to make this better? Okay, I have to wait on this line and fill out my Metro card, call my boss or my supervisor, I'm running late, I'm sorry, I'll be there as soon as I can, and just go with it. So that is a way to respond to your situation. And when you respond to your situation, you're better off, you're not as stressed, you're not as free, you'll be in a better state when you do that instead of react to your situations, okay? Now that you've realized that you have to work on your mindset, step 2 is to find the resources that contribute to building your mindset. There are a lot of resources. A lot of people speak about personal development, working on your mindset, and all these things. I think they all go together in one great cloud. And so I'm going to talk to you about that now. So many leaders, most of them, and dare I say all of them, do some sort of thing in the morning or at the start of the day to contribute to their mindset. If you're spiritual and you believe in a higher power, you believe in God, I strongly suggest you go speak to your spiritual leader and talk to him or her what you want to do or what you've been going through, and take their advice and what they tell you to do. A lot of them will tell you, say a prayer in the morning, or be thankful, be grateful, which is another way to help build your mindset, being grateful even for the little things that you have. Because when we start to be grateful and focus away from us, we realize that we are extremely lucky and blessed to have the things that we have at this point. I do spend some time each day in prayer and being grateful, and it does help me immensely. They say meditation is a great tool, and because you can focus on your breathing. So you meditate and you get to a state where you're in silence and you're not thinking of all the things that you have to focus on for the day, but you're meditating, you're quiet, and you focus on your breathing. That is a great thing to do to help with your mindset. Because with the stresses that we face every single day, we don't breathe correctly. We pant like dogs. And this came as a surprise to me when my doctor told me this. He says, Mina, you're not breathing correctly. You're like hyperventilating. And I didn't realize I was doing that. But I did come to him saying that, I would be sleeping at night and I would wake up gasping for air. And he says, because you're not breathing correctly. So if you learn some adequate breathing exercises, that you practice every day while you meditate, you get oxygen to your brain. And when your brain has sufficient oxygen, you tend to be responsive. You respond better to situations that come your way. So a simple exercise that I learned from my doctor is the 8-4-6. So you breathe in and you count slowly to 8. You hold it in. You breathe in through your nose and you count slowly to 8. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you hold it in for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you let it out. You exhale through your mouth for 6 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you do that several times, and I found that I start to calm down more. And so it's good to breathe, take in that oxygen, oxygenate your brain so that you can think clear and focus on the tasks that you have on hand during the day. Okay? Awesome. They say that it's good to meditate 15 to 20 minutes a day and focus on your breathing. I have a friend who does power poses, where you do these power poses and you think yourself in a better place, being a leader, being a coach, helping others. And it has helped him immensely. I think one of his power poses is that he stands outside on his porch and he closes his eyes and he outstretches his hands and he stays there for quite some time and thinking how powerful a leader he is. And he is very successful right now. And I'm very good friends with him. And I'm going to be uploading a webinar I did with him. His name is Bert, on postured prospecting. So check that out as soon as that is up. Affirmations are another great way to help contribute to your mindset. And what are affirmations? Affirmations are those why questions. The book that I got this from is by Noah St. John. Let me show it to you here. Here we go. You can see that. The Book of Affirmations. This is a great book. I'll put the title below so if you want to go find it on Amazon. He writes, in this book, he writes that there are 2 ways that you can create the life that you want. And one is by statements that you say to yourself, and others is by the question that you ask yourself and others. So I'm looking at my notes. People go throughout their lives asking questions of themselves. We all do it. And most of the time we realize that we are asking disempowering questions, questions that take away from us, that take away from our leadership, that take away from our energy, that take away from our potential. And they take away from your power to act. And examples of these questions are the following. Why don't I have enough money? Why am I so fat? Why do I never get the breaks that other people get? Why can't I do anything right? Those are examples of disempowering questions. Because what happens with these questions is that they force you to focus on the negative stuff. And when you start focusing on the negative stuff, do you realize that negative things come to you when you start thinking of these bad things that have not even happened yet? You draw that energy to you. And it's a good thing that we have people and authors like Noah St. John to bring these to our attention and to make us think and say, oh, I need to stop that. I need to stop that bad habit and create a new habit. A better way to ask those questions is to reword those questions into empowering questions. And what empowering questions do is they force you to take action. They force you to act. And they get you on the right direction, on the right path, and getting that positive stuff towards you. So while disempowering questions can focus your mind on the negative and draw the negative to you, empowering questions do the exact opposite. So let's see how we can reword and transform these disempowering questions into empowering questions. So while disempowering questions put you in a funk, like, how come I never get any breaks other people get? That's a disempowering question. To transform it into an empowering question, you ask yourself this: why am I so lucky? Why do good things always come my way? Why do I get all the breaks? Which force you to answer that question and therefore take the action. And a possible answer to that question is that because I'm an action taker. I never give up. I'm tenacious. I'm calm, cool, assertive, and even while things don't go my way, I learn from those mistakes and I move forward. That is why I'm so lucky. That is why good breaks come my way. That is why I keep moving forward and I keep growing. Isn't that a better way to answer that question? I know you think so. Another question that you can transform is that disempowering question of why am I so fat? Let's reword it into an empowering question that says, why is it easy for me to lose weight? And a good answer to that is that I'm eating healthier. I've stopped, or I'm slowly walking away from junk foods, and I'm focusing more on eating vegetables and fruits and smoothies. I've stopped drinking soda. I've stopped drinking coffee because I know that I have so much to give to the world, so I need to be in top physical condition to do that. So this is why I am getting healthier. This is why I am so healthy. You see, these empowering questions force you to take action, force you to act, and take you down on the right path towards the greater good. So I will put the title of this book from Amazon down below so you can find it on Amazon. It's a great, great book, okay? Another thing that you can do to help build your mindset is exercise. Exercise forces you to move, you know, even walking. I've started walking again. I used to be very active in college and high school. I used to play a lot of sports. I was a tennis player. I would run. I would lift weights. But it has kind of fallen to the wayside. And now I recognize that exercise works wonders, even if you're walking. I live in an area where there are a lot of hills, so I will walk briskly and I'll walk up hills so I can get, I can start breathing and get oxygen to my brain and get my legs pumping and get blood pumping. And there's this wonderful thing in your body called lymph. And, I'm not very sciencey right now. I used to be very sciencey, but I do know that once you get that lymph moving in your body, it does your body a world of good and gets it towards a more healthier state. So I'll look that up and share that with you, or if you look it up, you can share it with me in the comments below what you know about lymph and exercise. I found this really great website called sharpbrains.com, and it tells you, and I'm just going to quote it. It says that aerobic exercise helps build new neurons and connections in the brain to counteract the effects of stress. So exercise is really good for stress. And that's what my doctor told me too. He said, you need to exercise. It's very important. You have to exercise. Even if it's just 1 to 2 times a week, you need to exercise and get moving. It also says that regular exercise promotes sleep, reduces depression, and boosts self-confidence through the production of endorphins, the feel-good hormones. So now you know that exercise is great for improving your mindset because it produces those feel-good hormones. Now you choose the exercise that works best for you. Some people like to run. Some people like to go to the gym and take all these fun classes like Zumba fitness or spinning. Other people like to go and lift weights. My husband just started exercising, so he's back to lifting weights. So exercise is good for you. It keeps your limbs limber and keeps you working and keeps you healthy. So exercise is great for your mindset. I also love walking my dog, and that's a form of exercise. But she tends to take her time because she's 15, but she's still got a little spunk on her. So that's another thing you can do to exercise. Play with your dog in the field. That's good exercise. Another good thing to help with your mindset is to socialize. If you work from home like I do, a lot of people work from home and they have their home office and they sit in front of their computer all day and they tend to forget about their family and their friends. Well, my mother and I always have a standing appointment every week where I go have lunch with her. And she says it doesn't matter if we sit in silence, she just wants to have lunch with me. My mother is 80. But it's also a great chance to socialize where we get to catch up on things and talk about stuff and just have great conversation. So that's a good thing to do, is to socialize, not only online, socialize offline. Go attend like these meetup events. That's the great thing about what we have right now with the internet. You can find groups that you can meet up with to go running, go hiking, or even do a Toastmasters and help work on your speaking and your talking skills. Just get out there and talk to people. So that's a good thing to socialize, because we are social people. We are social beings. We need to be talking to each other in order to learn from each other and see how we can help each other out. If you do business online, it's good to make connections with people, because you never know how you can help them or how they can help you or how you can learn from each other. So it's good to socialize, helps build your mindset. So that is a good thing to know. Now, all these things are good, but the key to this is to be consistent. And that is step 3 of what we're talking about here in the webinar. You have to be consistent in building up your mindset. Set aside a time each day where you're going to have some personal time to be spiritual, to have your prayers, to be thankful, to meditate, to breathe, to have some exercise, even to socialize, all these things. It's good to keep it in your agenda, to put it in your smartphone, and remind yourself what to do. And even have it on a sticky note to remind yourself, because we tend to get engrossed in things. And I am guilty of that, where we get engrossed working on something with our home business that we forget how the time flies. But it's good to set those daily consistent activities that you must do so that you can continually build your mindset. And when you continually build your mindset and you help others, that helps you as well. You always have to come from a place of service, because I believe that we've been put on this world to contribute to it and to help others, and they help us back. So it is important to build on your mindset, know how you are here to help, and learn how you can continually help others. And just do it. That is very important, to just do it. Just get out there and do it. Don't let that fear mindset keep you back. Reach out to somebody for help. Do your meditation, your prayers, your gratefulness. Do your exercise. Socialize with people. And you're on your way to building your mindset. So this is a very short webinar. This is part 1, which is the mindset. I hope that you found value in this. If you did, why don't you reach out to me? I'll leave my contact information below. I will also leave an educational platform if you are working on your business online. I use this platform, which has helped me immensely on my mindset, because I've connected with leaders. I've learned a lot. There's a great education library that has a lot of things that you can do on mindset. I will leave that below. And see you on the next webinar, where we'll do part 2. And part 2 is, let me look back at my notes, that we're going to do is the never stop learning. Find leaders who you can identify with and model what they do for success. Okay, that will be the next webinar, and I will let you guys know when that will happen. This is Mina coming to you from New York City. I have the honor and privilege of working from home. I like to call myself the tenacious entrepreneur, taking things and learning about them and then repackaging them so that I can offer it to you so that we can grow into success together. Till the next webinar, have an awesome day. Cheers. Bye.